Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. Shout out to the sun. Looking sexy in a motherfucker. Looking sexy AF. Moon in Leo, sun in Capricorn. Let's get it. Do you see my halo? Do you see my angel wings? Holla if you do. I realized air sign moons and air signs can actually see it, which is pretty wicked awesome. Shout out to Bree. Shout out to Karen. All right, let's get it. All right, so we stepped into this transit with the King Kunks. Ooh, that smells good. We completed the full moon. So, whoa, yeah, this is it, y'all. Oh, this is it. We're 1 degree Capricorn. We have now activated the most powerful season of the year in cumulative completion towards post-ascension of Sagittarius, walking and stepping into your greatest power. I'm going to say this again. You are basically effectively walking into, right now, your greatest power. Each and every single day and step of this transit, you are incrementally stepping further into your greatest power. You don't have a choice. Welcome. Because by the time the sun is on Pluto, we are having the third and final boss battle. Jupiter going into Pisces at the end of the month is going to signal the end of the cycle. And this is the part of the video game where you signal the end credits and you get ready for the end credit scene. Given the nature of this, there is like a Marvel movie sequels and sneak peeks that we're going to step into that next movie cycle. Cool. So I need you to understand, you're getting prepared right now for the greatest boss battle of your entire life. The first boss battle was July. The next boss battle was, of course, in October. And now you're stepping into the final collective boss battle that's going to test how real you truly are in the face of all that pressure that demands nothing less than 100% integrity. And so the moon is in Leo, which 8th house to the sun in Capricorn is making you receptive to your joy. It's making you receptive to everything you love and you have to be happy about, so that you can now take this passionate understanding and transform the direction with which you're moving forward with integrity. This is very deep here because Leo is fixed, but Capricorn is cardinal. And so you're having to harness the inner courage to now apply towards everything you're doing powerfully. This is the full self-realization and embodiment of your character. And now relative to all the work you've done since July, through Virgo, to master this sense of yourself, now that you've ascended your perspective and perception of your higher being, you're now literally physically manifesting it. This is fucking badass. I really don't know what to say, because we also have Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, so you're manifesting now the collective knowledge of this cumulative experience over the past 12 years. Basically what I'm saying is you have legitimately ascended and awakened superpowers. Literally, like, I'm focusing on my tarot card deck, having the Magician card in mind, and I'm pulling that. And now the way my brain processes this is, oh my goodness, I've always had these abilities, but like, I'm more in control of them. There's still so much more for you to step into. You are welcome to literally take your time with this process. And the moon in Leo wants you to have fun. You have ascended and awakened superpowers. Now you are stepping fully into your full power. As you watch me set the intention to step into your full power, this final boss battle is going to feature your fight against collective authority and government structures that are literally wishing death on you if you don't get with their program. If you think I'm lying, go check out the White House website. You shouldn't necessarily get perturbed. They have never not done this. All they're doing is applying black word magic. And they're literally wishing that people who don't get the plan that they have to put you in a rock and a hard place and set you up fallaciously with a false dilemma. A false dilemma is when you're made to feel like you can only do this or that. You're a sovereign being. So keep that in mind, because this is just, if you look at news pieces, psychological programming, so that you have within yourself, even if you're not consciously focused on this narrative running in your brain. This transit is amazing because now that Venus is retrograding over Pluto, the sun in Capricorn is activating and empowering this transformation of your heart. You're going to step fuller and more deeper into this power. And so the third boss battle in a nutshell is your decision to accept something. Before I say this, I don't know who needs to hear this, but Satan does not fuck with Satanists. You see all these people worshiping the devil, okay? Like there's the 3D egoic, esoteric, pseudo-intellectual lore of what human beings or physical vessels may have been used, possessed, or in their own delusional minds think. And then there's what these higher extra dimensional beings think. Lucifer, Satan, does not fuck with these Satan worshipers. He may use them, but he doesn't respect them. I want you to, this is in stark contrast to maybe followers of a light being or force, the benevolent. I mean, people call it Christ. Some people call it Osiris. Like, that force got you, okay? The people who worship the devil, the people who worship Lucifer, even if they get results of what they do, Satan does not fuck with these people at all. And I'm not saying this as someone who knows Satan and is like, cool. I'm saying Satan does not fuck with human beings, period. And if you understand the nature of Saturn and Venus, and you understand, the perfectionist quality, this now gives you insight into the story of the fall. But outside of that, just keep that in mind. Like, there's so many people who worship this being, but this being like has a disgust and hatred, not because they worship or do anything bad, but Satan is like racist against humans. Like, he does not fuck with you, but it is Satan might fuck with some angels just because. But like, just keep that in mind. So that being said, the most important thing that I need to establish with not only this Jupiter cycle, but also this final boss battle, because at a soul level, you have innately known this your whole life, but a lot of you haven't accepted this, okay? This is why, and like Moon Saturns, we understand how the world works. So like, it's easy for us to break down government structures, but if you think about the rhetoric that government structures push and enforce on educational facilities and children, which use published materials hand-selected by these people, there is a real reason why you are drilled in your brain and brainwashed that you don't have a spirit and soul. Are you hearing me? Okay? This has been strategically relegated to some science fiction or spirituality niche so that you can acknowledge and talk about it, but this is in no way enforced in any infrastructure, in any government, and in any law, because you're being fucking played. Shout out to Kush Day. This is why he goes out of his way every day to be like, look, do you know you have an estate? Do you know what's yours? Do you know there's corporate rhetoric and veil being used to establish all these labels on you? Because you're not a nationality. You're not a territory. You're like, does that make sense? You're not a race. You can honor your culture and ethnicity as you should, but like, you're a soul first. So do you know? This is the basis of the revolution, where 1776, we had settlers and colonials who were like, hey, bitch, you're not going to tax me without representing me. Fuck your Tea Party. And the rest is literally history. And now we're back again. And we're getting ready for the Civil War energy. Do you know that the presiding authorities, every territory has, mostly in democracies, shout out to the dictatorships, because y'all don't waste time and play around, judicial branches, executive branches, legislative branches. This is a very effective tool that's worked despite corruption. Do you know that the presiding authorities, the judges that interpret the law and decide this is the law of the land, we have a paper, we signed it, we have an executive branch to enforce our law, Do you know the mandates placed on you, the laws placed on you, despite the rhetoric to deceive you and make you believe that, oh, this is for your greater good? Bullshit. Do you know that any presiding authority in government on this earth does not have the authority to judge you or mandate anything as a soul? They pimped you. They made you believe you don't have a soul, you don't have a spirit, you're just material, you have a name and a social security number, and now you forfeit your right and give your power away. Do you know that there is not a single governing authority that has the right to have any authority over you? Police officers don't even have the right to detain you. This is the truth. Don't, like, now rhetoric is going to be brought up about sectional code and this is what I'm trying to say. If you know this, welcome to the revolution, and we got you. For those of you who are still wishy-washy that haven't accepted it, take that over there. You're willingly giving your power away when you're ready to take your power back and fight the good fight, because revolutions are always bloody, and you know, shout out to peace that comes after the war and during it, but this is not for the faint-hearted. And the other side of it is taking responsibility. If you have to relinquish your citizenship in order to maintain your sovereignty, maybe gain a little diplomatic immunity, start taking those steps. This is all Capricorn power. And just take one step at a time. You don't have to have all the knowledge, but as you set that intent, it's going to open up for you. And once you recognize at a core level, it doesn't mean that you need to break all the laws. It's just once you recognize at a core level that these laws and these mandates and these orders are functional to a degree, but they don't have any true authority over you as a soul, as a sovereign, immortal soul. Are you hearing me? Then it becomes laughable. This is why when that police officer recently pulled me over at like 12 to 1 a.m. because I was the only person on the street, but he's talking about I'm jaywalking even though I crossed the street. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I'm looking out for your safety, but there was no other car that was about to hit me. I said, listen, sir, thank you for wasting my time. I'm saucy to even officers because you have to, at an energetic level, maintain sovereignty. Officers that have integrity, I respect them. But like, this is just an application of people misabusing this fictional, figurative, it's intellectual property. Okay, this is a literal company. So like, this person legitimately tried to scare me and be like, look, I can fine you $500. And I said, are you going to fine me, sir? He said, no. I said, thank you for wasting my time. And I walked away, okay? And this is the power you need to take back. An instance like this is purely energetic, but it's you signaling out to the universe that you don't acknowledge these false authority structures. If you want to give in and like follow rules and mandates, cool, but do not give away your power and understand that these people do not have the true authority to judge you. That is a fact. That is a fact. You can bring up a Black's Law dictionary, you can bring up sections and codes, but all this shit is figuratively made up under the guise that a majority of people chose this, but none of that's true. Everything or most of what you're doing is under duress. So if you don't do it, thank you. You have to suffer some kind of penalty. So welcome to the revolution, because this energy is coming back around to solidify the next level and advent and push in government, where we're going to progressively move away from democracies and other such systems. Mind you, around this period last time, we were walking away from monarchies as we established democracy. And now we're coming back around and we're evolving, because now we're not just fucking numbers and names, we're souls. So that's really all I wanted to say. As this moon in Leo will uncover your joy, a lot of you are going to really feel resistance. You're going to feel how much unloved you are, how much you don't love yourself, and it's going to well up a lot of negativity. Make that shit your bitch. And remember, you are the fucking shit. Do you see the sun? You are a piece of the sun. There's absolutely no reason that any of this should keep you down. You need to acknowledge anything you feel, but just like remind yourself that you are a literal badass. And many of you are not from here, whether you are or not. Find periods to enjoy. I'm not telling you to fake your feelings. and dismiss anything you feel bad, but this is allowing you to bring up resistance to being happy so that you can clear it and then remember you're incredible and be happy. Y'all stay blessed. You stepping into your full power. Today's the first day of that. Comment down below what you're empowering. Godspeed.